Morning everyone, hope you're all keeping safe. Well, in this scene here you'll see that I've got a nice house at the bottom of these big hills and mountains in the background. But what I want you to do here is two things basically. I'm going to show you how to make this a very simple sketch. I'm going to get rid of these big mountains in the background and not too much detail in this house, because what I want you to do is the recent video that I did on painting trees. I want you to have a go at actually possibly adding a tree up here to give the painting a bit of character. So what I'm going to do is quickly make a sketch. I'll try and make this very simple for you so that, as I said, it's not so much about painting the building, but how to add some trees. So let's make a quick start. So I've got a smallish piece of paper here. And I'm going to start. Right, so hopefully you'll be able to follow this. So just draw a line along there for the end of the field. Now I'm going to put that big hill up about there, and that's about it. I'm going to start to draw the house. So if you could just watch this, I'll try and do it slowly. So just make a start at the front and take that up to there. It's quite a high roof, so quite nice. So that's that bit, the first part. Now draw a line along here and another one about there, and it stops and goes up at a bit of an angle. Obviously this part of the building comes round a bit, so just going to make that there, that's there, and that there. So there we are, we've got the basic shape for your house. Okay, now there's one or two trees at the back here. We'll make that fairly straightforward. And there's a bit of a path here, but this is the bit I want you to try and paint a nice tree in here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to try and race through this. This will be a good exercise for you as well, to try and get this part in, and then we'll do the tree at the end. Okay, so I'm going to start off in my usual style with a quick blue, cobalt blue for some bits of the sky. I'm going to leave some spaces. Let's create some clouds. So quickly just going to put some bits in there, another bit there, bit along the top and about there. Right, so get some more water, soften these bits off. Just try and soften them off, drag it about a bit, and it should help to create sort of cloud shapes. There we are. Take it down a little bit, and that will about do. Just suggest some bits of clouds going across there. Right, that'll do. Right, we'll let that dry. That's the sky in. What I'm going to do next is these big hills at the back of the house, and they're mostly green colour. Just let you see that, it's mostly green, so I'm going to stick with that colour. Bit of cadmium yellow again. Cadmium yellow, Windsor blue colour, gives me a green, and I'll put that in over here. Right, so I'm going to start at the top and just fill it in. Come right down towards the house, up here. Take it straight along. There's actually a nice little chimney there. I'm going to try and keep that in white. It's a nice little point of contrast. And the rest, just going to fill it all in up to the top of the hill there, down by the side of the house, and that should do. Right, so what I'm going to quickly try and do is add a bit of texture to this green. I'm going to add a little bit of brown at the top, and just up about here, just to give it a feel as if there's some stony bits and shape as well, just coming down here. And that's still wet, so that'll give a nice bit of contrast again in texture. I'm going to put a bit across here, so there we are. That's quite nice. So I'm just going to let that dry. While that's drying, I'm going to do the foreground, the grass, a bit of yellow again, a bit of blue, give me a nice green, and just get that across here. The light is coming this way quite strong actually, yeah, so I'm going to keep this bit here nice and yellowish, and just a little bit darker greenery bits about here, just to give the field a bit of, this could be a different bit of the field. There's a slight hedge, a little fence here. I'm going to put that in as well. You'll be saying this was supposed to be a simple little painting. Getting carried away, too much detail here. So let's get this finished. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow ochre colour, a little bit of red, light red, and this sort of little dusty bank bit there. I'm going to put that in. There's a bit around the house as well, and then there's some trees at the back. I'm going to quickly paint them in. Just going to use this green that I've got here and just adding some brown to make it a dark green, and I'm quickly going to drop that in. Now it's still a bit wet, so just going to add some up there. I'll tidy it up after it's dry. Right, down the side just a little bit, and that will be it. Right, there we are. It's not too bad. Okay, so the house to finish off, and then we'll be let it all dry, and then we'll paint the tree in. So it's a white building, and as I say, the light's coming this way, so this will be slightly grey, or not be white, it'll be dark white, light grey, same with that. So I'm just going to mix up a bit of Payne's grey here, very pale colour, and I'm going to paint the back in first. And this bit. I think I'm just looking at the picture, you'll notice that that's all the one colour. The light hasn't got around here, although it does stick out a bit, it hasn't managed to, because of this part of the building. Getting a bit technical now, I'm just going to put it all in this light grey colour, that'll do. So just a bit of the roof to go in. Just going to use a bit of that grey that I had there for this side. There's a big shadow down there, part of the roof that overlaps. Right, let's put the grey roof in now. So I'll get this in here. Just trying to, I think the hill's dry now, that's fine. Get that in, yep. Right. That's fine. I'm going to just leave this till that's dry. I don't want that running into that. Right, I think that'll do. Okay, so that's the bulk of the painting done. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll come back and put in some details, and then we'll have a go at the house. Not the house, the tree. Yeah, so that's the bulk of the painting finished now. I'm just going to let this dry, and then I can come back and paint this, show you how to paint a tree in here to just add a bit of character to the painting. Right, well I think it's almost dry, that'll do. Let's get on with this. Right, what I just need to do first is add a little bit of this colour here, grey roof, but it will be lighter because the sunlight is hitting this part of the roof. Now, let's want to get some detail, and I'm going to put some more detail on the trees on the right, and a bit of detail for the house itself, and then we'll tackle a tree, see if we can add a nice tree to the right hand side. So I'm just going to put some detail here. I want to give this side of the house a bit more character, so I'm putting some individual trees in now. Looks like fir trees of sorts, smaller trees. You don't have to do this. You can just stop your painting here if you want. You don't have to put all these trees in. Just want to try and get it finished. I keep saying the whole point of this was just to show you how to paint a tree in a painting. Right, that's not too bad. Right, I need a bit of grey now. I'm going to add some detail to the building. So let's get some as a line along here. And it stops then along here. This will be the top of the roof. A little chimney. Bit there. And there's a thicker bit over here sticking out. Right. Now there's one or two windows. Just going to quickly paint this in. A bit of a window down here. Again, you don't have to paint all this in. I'm just going to leave that. Seems to be a window over here. And I'm going to leave that. That'll do. Just one or two bits here. There's a little fence. I'm going to put that in. That'll be helpful. Yeah, let's get this fence in. That'll help. And then we can try this tree. So there's a fence goes along here. Just taking it straight along, and I'm going to just put some little bits of tufty bits of grass just to outline where this field is. Don't worry, we'll get to the tree yet, just keep hanging on. Right, there we are. Now, there's one or two little trees in beside the house. I think we should put them in. That will help to break the house up a bit. It's a bit stark. Yeah, there's a little tree round about here. Like a bush thing coming down to about there. And there's one here as well. And that's a bit better. Put some darker bits in. Right, that's us ready to tackle this tree now. The big tree on the left hand side. Just going to put a little bit in there. And that's it. Some tufty bits as well. I don't know if we can, probably too much detail here. I'm just looking at the fence. Don't know if I can draw anything along there. That's probably, I'm going to put one or two lines in. It just look a bit odd without anything. That's better. Right, so that's the basic house in there. So let's try and add a bit of detail on this side by adding a nice tree. You'll remember from the video, it's this sort of common tree we're looking for. Sketch for you. So let's start up here. Common tree goes straight up. Quite a thin tree, and branches going to be coming out there and there and there. Right. So what what I want to do first is, you recall from the tree video, I want to mix up a light green first. I'm just going to let you see this again. Right, so that's the light green colour. I'm going to do the foliage first, and got the side of the brush again. I'm just going to drag some bits down here. So one or two bits in here. And just make these a slightly bigger up the top. So you'll see there's gaps there, purposely wanted that. I'm going to put the trunk in now, so I'm just getting a dark brown colour and I'm going to paint it straight up there. Don't worry about that paint spreading, that's okay. So I'm going to get the rigger first. Just want to sink that in there. I'm going to get the rigger brush now with the darker brown colour and paint some branches in. Right. So I'll take this up through into the green foliage area. Take that up there. There. And take that over there. Right, so what I'm going to do is just strengthen that green a bit. It's a bit pale. Just want to get some stronger green in there. Just going to add some at this side. Right, let's get some bits in here. Right, so okay, I'm going to put, again, strengthen the lighter green colour on the left hand side, just to give it a bit contrast. There we are, that's nice. Just make that a little bit stronger tonal value. And there we are. I think that looks reasonably presentable. What would happen, make this a bit, making life complicated. But what I was going to say is there should be shadows on that tree. If there's shadows for the house, there should be shadows for the tree. So I'm going to try and paint something in along here. I'll just leave that. I think I'll put a bit in there as well. That'll do. Right, that makes it look respectable. So I'm going to stop there. The whole point of this is, I suppose you could take two things out of this. You're getting a a little exercise painting this scene here of sorts. Simplified it a bit. You've got the building, the nice house and the trees and hills, but you've also got the chance here to add a tree, and you can see how that's given that a bit of character and strengthens the whole painting. So hopefully you've enjoyed that, and get the paints out and have a go.